So, you're making a move to the Denver, Colorado area, but you haven't spent much time here. These are 10 important facts that will help you make the most of your new home. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Ryan Haarer, Denver area homes and neighborhoods expert. I'm also a local realtor, so if you have any questions about the local market, please reach out. My contact information is in the description below. All right, let's get into these 10 facts. Let's start with elevation. Denver is the mile-high city, and at a mile high above sea level, you will feel it if you're coming from a lower elevation. Don't worry, you'll acclimate, but there are a few things to know about the change. Thinner air means a tougher cardio workout. You may even notice it's a bit tougher to catch your breath while going for a long walk or going up a flight of stairs. It's why the Olympic training centers in Colorado Springs and world-class cyclists spend so much time racing up hills in Boulder. Training at altitude will certainly make you a better endurance athlete. Just wait until you go for a run at sea level. You'll feel like you have superpowers. You'll certainly feel it while skiing or hiking at even higher elevations in Colorado's gorgeous mountains. But in the initial weeks of moving, take it slow. Let your body acclimate to the change, which it will, and if you're out having a beer or a cocktail, take it slow. You'd be surprised at how just 2 drinks can affect how you feel the next day at higher elevations. Next up, mild winters in a high desert. Denver is actually considered a desert. Yes, it's at the base of the stunning Rocky Mountains, which will get several feet of snow for some of the best skiing in the world, but the Front Range itself is a very dry, semi-arid climate. Denver, east of the mountain range, is the start of hundreds of miles of Great Plains full of farmland all the way to the eastern border with Kansas and Nebraska. So while many associate Denver with world-class skiing, winters are more mild than most Midwest and East Coast cities, bringing just 8 to 15 inches of precipitation a year. You'll also hear locals say we get 300 days of sunshine. Now, I believe this has been proven false by meteorologists, but we do get many sunny days year-round, so even in our coldest months, high temperatures average in the high 40s with lows around 20 degrees. It feels even warmer when the sun is out. Snowstorms will hit regularly in the winter, and there's plenty of shoveling of the drive to do, but often the snow will melt off in a matter of days. We do have our really big winters like 2022 into 2023 where we get excessive snow, but overall, it's pretty mild. Next, access to mountains. If I were to sum up Colorado in a word, I'd use the word active. Coloradans love being outside thanks to the many options to enjoy the state's wonderful outdoors. Now, you have great trail systems along creeks and streams throughout the Denver area, but if you want some of the best scenery this country has to offer, you're heading west to countless hiking trails, ski hills, mountain bike destinations, and so much more. The best part, you're so close to all of this from the Denver metro area. And the most popular way to do so is Interstate 70, which you will grow to have a love-hate relationship with on busy ski weekends. Without traffic, you can be on a chairlift in 1 hour. You heard that right. From Denver, from downtown, you can be at the Loveland ski area in 60 minutes. You can be at the Breckenridge Mountains in an hour 30. But add a storm to the mix on a Friday afternoon, you could be waiting a couple of hours in traffic to get to your destination. Pro tip, if at all possible, ski mid-week. Lift lines are shorter, traffic is minimal. Of course, in summer months, I-70 is a bit easier to navigate as there's no snow, and I-70 will get you to plenty of great destinations, including the Vail Valley, out to Grand Junction for some serious mountain biking, or from Denver, hit US 36 northwest through Boulder to hike around Rocky Mountain National Park. And if you're crunched on time, just drive 30 minutes to locations like Red Rocks Park, Evergreen, or Conifer for a local hike. The next thing you must know is about dogs. Yes, your furry friend. I honestly don't know why or how this happened, but Colorado must be the #1 state when it comes to dog ownership. I mean, just about everybody has a dog. They are hanging out on the patios of your favorite brewery. They're getting a workout in themselves on Colorado's trails. Man's best friend is as much a part of Colorado as IPAs and Subarus. A few things to note. There are some bars and restaurants that won't allow your pup on the patio, so check before you go. And not all trails are dog friendly. Some tougher hikes where you may have to do a bit of climbing, maybe on all fours at times, just won't work for some animals, so be sure to do your homework before heading out for the day. I love the app All Trails. It's pretty good at telling you what the animals are capable of. The next thing you should know, transplants. Many people living in the Denver area are not originally from the Denver area. The region has exploded in population over the last decade as the word has gotten out this is a pretty awesome place to live. So if you've been spending time researching Denver, it may seem as if the locals, at least in the comments, the Colorado natives, are mean. Lots of talk about the state being full and not wanting more people moving here, as growth has certainly changed the Denver landscape and increased the cost of living. More on that in a bit. And while this is all true, Denver has changed. Actually, don't find Colorado natives are mean, at least not in person. So just be aware that everything you're seeing online about don't move here, we don't want you, simply isn't true. This next one is a bit of a surprise when you first come to Denver. The airport is far away from the city center. The first thing you will notice when you fly into Denver is that it feels as if you've flown into Kansas. Denver International Airport is about a 30-minute drive from downtown, and that's without traffic. Now, this isn't a big deal for those who live in some of the newer communities out by the airport, but if you live in the Southwest metro area, you'll start tacking on time to drive all the way out there. There's a benefit. It was built out there to avoid being constrained by development, and it's a good thing because the airport will continue to grow as the number of flights through this airport increases. There is great public transportation options. The RTD light rail will take you from downtown Denver directly to the airport security in about 30 minutes for a very low fee. Speaking of which, let's get into public transportation. Like many U.S. cities, public transportation is not as built out as many would like it to be. The Regional Transportation District, or RTD, does have some great options like the light rail train that I just mentioned. It also runs south to cities like Littleton, west to Golden, and east to parts of Aurora. And RTD also has many bus lines. But for the vast majority of Front Range residents, your car will be your most convenient option. Now, there are lots where you can park your car and then jump on a train, avoiding traffic, and there's an ongoing conversation about expanding certain rail lines. But commuters will often find themselves on a few main highways to get to work or fun. That's I-70, which runs east and west through the state, and I-25, which runs north and south through Colorado. And like every highway across America, these do get crowded during rush hour. Let's talk cost of living. With increased populations along with inflation come increased costs. Now, I did an entire video about this recently that I'll link up, but what you spend varies based on what part of the Denver metro area you're in. The average home across the whole region, the median cost is about $600,000. One-bedroom rents average about $1,500. Sometimes more, oftentimes more, depending on where you are, such as the center of Denver, where rents really start around $1,600 and rise in one bedrooms up above $2,000. Of course, there are extreme highs and lows to both median home prices and rental prices, depending on what you want to spend. Property taxes have recently gone up as home values have risen, but they're reasonable compared to other parts of the country. And the flat income tax rate in Colorado is 4.4%. Not the lowest in the country, but far from the highest. Eating out has become more expensive everywhere. A good sandwich, drink, and chips combo runs about $15 in Denver these days if you're at a decent deli. My wife and I love supporting local restaurants and find a meal for two with a drink or two will cost about $100 after tip at a good local restaurant. And like everything, there are definitely more expensive options if you're out celebrating something, a birthday or an anniversary. Now to Denver's layout. The Denver metro area has many unique cities and neighborhoods, and if you're following this channel, you'll see me explore many of these places in depth. But for our purposes today, you'll find the actual city of Denver at the heart of it all. It's where major highways meet. It's where all of the major sports stadiums are. You may have a downtown office here or come up to catch a concert at one of many music venues. Within Denver, there are many unique neighborhoods servicing different needs and price points, from the ultra-luxury mansion-filled neighborhoods of Cherry Hills to the more suburban Central Park neighborhood to artsy, bar-filled River North. There is something for everybody. But beyond Denver, you're surrounded by a number of unique suburbs. I have lots of first-time home buyers who want to be in Denver but find value in Lakewood, conveniently located just to the west of Denver. Southwest of Denver, you'll find suburbs like the beautiful Littleton with bigger homes and yards and a great, quaint downtown area with local shops. There's also the popular Highlands Ranch suburb with great schools and recreation centers. In the North Metro, you have Arvada, where Old Town Arvada has become an increasingly popular weekend hangout, or Westminster and Thornton offering some affordable square footage on the north side of town. Same goes for Aurora to the east of Denver, offering a wide range of housing types. Let's talk sports. In a city as active as Denver's, you can imagine we are a passionate sports town, and in the last couple of years are lucky to have seen not one, but two victory parades. The Denver Nuggets are coming off of an NBA championship, and the year prior, the Colorado Avalanche took home a Stanley Cup. and we are big fans in this household. The Denver Broncos are beloved despite the 2022 season. That stadium is rocking on game day, no matter the weather. Now, the Rockies have a long road ahead, but Coors Field is a great place to take in a game with sunset views of the Rocky Mountains, affordable ticket prices too. So if you move to Denver, be prepared to be a part of a championship energy and mentality. So that's it. Just 10 things you should know before moving to Denver. I know I've missed some. So if you're a Coloradan, leave a comment below with what you think those new to our state should know. And if you're thinking of moving here, feel free to drop a question about our great state below. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you on the next one.